Introducing Auntie's new line of specialty drinks for the discerning consumer. Anti-Fizzo.
You know, I can't recall seeing any of these protectorate types ever run a scheme on each other.
Weird, ain't it?
Told my manager, a man is not a slice of nanner, Mr. Overby. Then I said, I am more than some commonplace consumable item. Management disagreed.
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like?
The peddler of half measures returns. Suppose it's too much to hope that you speak in half sentences. Make it quick, yeah?
I cannot tell you how gratified I am to have a deputy on the ground. Marketing is war, my friend. War against the ungenerous, the unliberated, the unhappy. I have some faint recollections of the fuzz beneath my hat. Perhaps I saw such a name amidst my perusal of the Protectorate domicile assignment records. The record room is in this building. You have my permission to peruse at your leisure.
Gray gone astray? Look a stay today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession.
I had a nightmare that the matriarch didn't gift us the paradigm, and we were left to scramble for purpose and profit.
weather we have been having. Or not having.
We'll have to start
Goodbye. Apologies. This unit's conversation module is functioning intermittently.
Greedy.
We need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate.
This unit is currently unavailable for meaningless interaction.
Prudence dictates we maintain sufficient zeal at all times. This is all going perfectly according to the paradigm, I
Right
guess.
now, the paradigm
just
needs
can't
our.
wait for
Is
it to
now
be
a bad
going more
time to report
perfectly
myself
again.
for mental refreshment? I wouldn't want to be inconvenient.
To deliberate is to court ruin.
Word on the wireless is that Auntie's choice is years behind us sociologically. So they've started the war to grab any part of the paradigm that they can.
Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all
It
know
is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset.
I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Everyone knows the paradigm.
Recalibrating a mechanical is not simply a matter of flipping a few switches. We'd need variable gears and essential motivators to have any hope of rebuilding their programming. Reprogramming mechs to perform functions outside their assigned roles is a complicated affair. Our wily chief mechanist can do it, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
Horrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them.
Why, we're traitors, obviously. We've not fulfilled our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, Either the Arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Auntie's choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long.
Everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment.
These fine and decent folk don't deserve having their lives thrown away on account of my failures. If I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, sufficiently functioning by employing mechs reprogrammed to repair and rebuild, the Arbiters might see fit to penalize only me, commute the others' sentences, allow them to maintain things around here in the spirit of continuity and such.
Half this town is underwater and the rest soon to follow. Maybe instead of looking to those who left you to drown, it's time to accept an offered hand. One from Fairfield, maybe?
Fairfield? Why, they're the reason we're in this mess. You'll forgive me for questioning such timely offers of generosity and kindness. No thank you, not interested. I owe it to every single person here to try.
Sovereign devised the paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive
That's abundantly kind of you, though there must be something I can offer.
ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons.
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
The system abides, but now, more than ever,
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in. Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage. Farewell now. Manipulative, indoctrinatory falsity.
Hey, Commander. Could I have a word with you real quick? I hope you're not seriously considering helping the Protectorate here. I know these folks seem on the down and out, but we're as like to do more harm than good by siding with them. Right. Okay. Well, if we do as Milverstreet's asked and convert the populace to Auntie's choice, they're more likely to get the care they need and not be sentenced to death. Milverstreet also promised us a way into the Vox. Oh, and a Ritzy hat. Man drives a hard bargain, if he can be trusted. Your heart's rightly placed, Commander, but past experience has taught me that sometimes helping causes more harm than good. That's all I'm getting at. Guess it's south then.
I wish everyone's neighbor Prudence was my actual neighbor. Except my domicile.
You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. Don't suppose you have any medical supplies to spare, do you? That you might kindly consider donating? Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra head or something. Never know what they're testing out on you. Honestly? Well, I'm a reasonable judge of character and you seem upright. On behalf of my patients and I, thank you. We're all grateful. Guess outsiders aren't all just base individualists like they say on the wireless. Barring this being some tricky sales strategy, that is. This is a good start, but I fear it won't last long. Wouldn't happen to know a reliable means to procure more, would you? They'd sell to us? Those medicaments you gave us before? No, never. You must think me easily hoodwinked. Our societies are sworn enemies. You almost make that sound reasonable, under a highly skewed, morally vacuous light. Not seeing a wealth of options here at present. I can watch my patients die, then face execution, or we can resettle elsewhere and remain alive. I lean toward the latter. The abandoned section of Westport ought to have some supplies. Should be enough medicaments down there to help our injured survive the trip to Fairfield. It's perilous, though. Well now, that should do nicely. Thank you. Hope those Crabbles didn't give you too much trouble. I recognize these patients require more care than I'm able to provide here. Seems like in Fairfield, I can get them the help they require. The one last additional thing we'll need is for Vigilant Hogarth to agree to it. It's less a concern about disloyalty, and more my respect for his abilities. He's a skilled leader, and we could sorely use his aid, from coordinating logistics to keeping up morale. I'll surely have my hands full with my patients. His presence on the journey would save lives. All right, be careful out there.
The matriarch and sovereign chose Eden, the perfect... appeared right out of the aether. Just as I imagine our proud sentinels do. Like, here I am, your innermost thoughts are known to me, and nobody once hears from you again. Caught me reciting passages from a beacon to the cosmos, illustrating my steadfast fidelity. All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the sovereign. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true. Charlton Weintraut.
We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the sovereign.
Why, that's wonderful. I'm actually quite relieved a fellow customer like yourself somehow saw through my carefully maintained act. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials.
The matriarch chose Eden because she
I am not familiar, though that does sound like one of their products. I refer to the ones for Purple Berry Crunch brand cereal. You likely guessed their influence right off, what with my assertive attitude and all. I laugh at danger. I hand make my own luck. That character is a revelation. You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret. I am exceedingly skilled at keeping secrets.
produces glorious bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise.
How I've waited to hear those words. Anything I might help with at present?
Robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons, or the base individualists within Auntie's Choice.
Really? What was he like? Bold? Assertive? With a wildly obstreperous theatrical air?
More than ever, we must all do our part to make...
An audacious proposal. Yet this place, despite its recent humidity, remains comfortable and familiar.
We give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
With a full case, I might gorge upon such sweet goodness morning, noon, and night. All right, hand it over. Oh, but what would Vigilant Hogarth say? What would everyone say? I can scarcely imagine it. Abandoning my community only to satisfy my gastronomical urges and risk-taking attitude. No, I couldn't leave unless Hogarth ordered everyone to go.
All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal.
Righto. Well, you seem rather confident. Best of luck, I suppose. You are surely going to need it. Please inform me when, of course, you receive it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Outsider. Don't suppose you checked in with Vigilant Hogarth yet, eh? Oh, glad to hear. Probably sprung an important task on you afterwards, I'd wager. I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport. I mean, sure. All the underlying logic's the same if you mull it over. I've been trained to run them big algae processing units, which are a fair amount more complex. It's just, subjects are expected to mind their assigned area and particular forte. So I was a mite taken aback. But I'm happy to help the system abide any way I am able.
We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or stressful.
I assume those are approved Protectorate announcements, correct? With everyone's neighbor prudence and the like? I mean, sorry. Of course they are. Loudspeaker control terminal is in the proclamation station, a few structures over. One with the antenna. I suspect they go there. Not to indulge in idle talk, but things have been different around here of late. Not at all overwhelmed or terrified of dying, though, of course. The system abides. Well, mechs do all the heavy work for us in the Protectorate. Just like each of us, each type of mech has their assigned specialty. Takes a little doing, but you can readjust them. The combat mech can be reconfigured to oversee comestible distribution, for instance. Or mine or harvest crops. All you need is the know-how to retool their subroutines. And the right parts. Plenty of parts. Granted, reprogram mechs are never as efficient as those specially made for a role, but they get by, eventually, after a fashion. Even if I did ever fall prey to such treacherous whimsy, you think I'd be fool-headed enough to admit it to a stranger? Look like I've been kicked by an automech or something? I mean, void damn. Vigilant Hogarth's still here. No matter how bad it gets, keeps us going. Keeps us right. Folks like him prove the paradigm is aligned with the Architect's plan. Just gotta trust the rightful guidance of the Vigilance and the Sovereign. Funny. I reckon that's more true of them over in Fairfield. They love their substandard comestibles and lack of fellowship. Smacks a bit of conspicuous inveiglement to me. Sure feel sorry for them. Maybe someday after we, well, utterly crush their forces and disprove their bent philosophy, we can show them all a right, better way to live. Why, things need to severely decline around here for me to even consider. Oh, shut my mouth. Could never leave our fine Vigilant in the lurch. Fairfield.
Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal.
You don't say. Huh. So it's only here with our, perfect society that it works our way. How, fortunate for us all to benefit from such judicious guidance.
They sneer at our contentment.
That's a right intriguing proposition. I do wonder what it's like to have a choice about things. If it weren't for Vigilant Hogarth, I do believe I'd scupper off to, well, you know where. Yeah. You convince him, I'm in. But I owe him enough I wouldn't abandon him for nothing.
Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources tears didn't have. Benevolent hand of the sovereign to God.
Must be at least a few usable parts in here. There must be at least a few. There must be at least a few usable parts in here. Uh-huh. Nice work. Looks like everything else.
Just have to release this here and fasten the manifold. There. That's got it. One catalytic amplifier as requested. If you need something, kindly make it quick. Hazel should get you sorted right quick, assuming she has the parts. She's right between the barracks and the main gate. Can't miss her.
You're back! I finished updating the quartermech. Give it a whirl if you're so inclined. But I'd be happy to help you if you're in a rush.
Self-diagnostic completed. No uranium contamination detected. State your business. Initiating commerce.
Need something? Or just here to talk? You'd think that a fully stocked auto-mechanical repair center would have automech parts, and 9 times out of 10 you'd be spot on. Trouble is, a bunch of supplies went missing recently, right around the time the quartermech completed a routine inventory. Delphinia's lab would be the place to search. We use it for storage, and our records indicate the supplies were present and accounted for.
Standard Earth Directorate protocol calls for a thorough grid search of the premises, Commander. Those parts are bound to turn up somewhere.
I assume you two have met already? Delphinia? No. I doubt she stole what I would have given her freely. Best of luck in your search. Let me know if I can be of assistance.
My erstwhile assistant returns. To what do I owe the pleasure? Now that you mention it, there was one particularly insistent little mech who kept trying to put all manner of bric-a-brac in here. After several firm remonstrations, I told it the interior of this building is off limits while I am working here. Didn't see that peculiar little scamp again after that. Until a more convenient date and time.
Howdy there. Glad to hear it. Any progress? Interesting. But what connection do you perceive between this behavior and the disappearance of the supplies? I believe we have our answer. Check the roof of Delphinia's lab. I'll wager that's where you'll find the missing supplies. Let me know how it goes. I do love a good mystery. Need something? Or just here to talk? Eureka! I knew it. In retrospect, the problem is glaringly obvious. The quartermech couldn't figure out where to stack boxes on the x-axis, so it defaulted to the y-axis. I'll have that tinkered on shortly. And you're welcome to keep the automech parts, of course. Thanks for solving my little mystery.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
No, I just feel sad for them. It's even in their name. Auntie's choice.
Welcome back.
Sabotage and
The itinerant stranger returns. That is most excellent. Please, hand them over. Thank you. I know community service can be a foreign concept for those outside the Protectorate, so I hope this is ample reward for your time. I'll prepare a writ of conscription to allow you entry to the Vox Relay. While most would refuse my authorization, the sentry assigned to the gate once lived in Westport. Sentry second-class layman. Show the writ as proof I have conscripted you into my employ. Use it to press service on my behalf, and she will let you in. Once you're inside, there's someone else you should show it to. You do that and say what I tell you. It'd save many lives.
Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden.
I can't offer you anything for it, but you've proven yourself sympathetic to our cause. Consider you a compatriot now. I'm counting on you to do right by folks here once more. Hopefully, you'll return afterward and find Westport thriving, all on account of your efforts. That is the only reward I'm able to offer.
Nutritious and plentiful. We have
The Vox Relay is, to my mind, a time bomb. Brigadier Montelli's lost his way. Now all manner of chaos is raging there. I've heard tell he's even resorted to extra-legal executions. Madness, I tell you. A brigadier doesn't act as judge, jury, and executioner. That's an arbiter's job. And even then, they're enforcing existing Protectorate law.
We're all in this together.
Why, isn't it obvious? As vigilant, I was his commander, and without my guidance, he was lost. All manner of chaos seems to be the order of the day at the station. Executions done in the service of order are an unfortunate necessity. Done at the whim of an individual, well, that's just one more depravity Antes has wrought upon us.
ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working
A true subject of the Protectorate lives and dies by their ideals. There is another who I am sure feels the same way, Marshal Corbin. As with all my subjects, I have been there when he needed me. I trust we can call on him now to do his part. Seek him out at the Vox Relay, conscript him with the writ, and this is important. You must convince him to kill Montelli. Corbin will want to talk him down, to take him into custody, to message superiors outside the facility beforehand. We cannot allow any of that to happen.
resilient. The system abides. But now, more than ever,
If Corbin becomes the highest-ranking officer alive, no one will be able to contradict his accounting of events. The Protectorate execute connivers and schemers. Corbin must appear forced to take down Montelli in the moment. It cannot feel like a plotted coup.
zeal for now, just to offset any minor.
Good, good. Here is the writ. I may not survive to see what occurs, but I trust you to follow your conscience. Farewell now. Promise you'll return here if you can, to check in on my people and see how they fare.
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality.
What utter nonsense. How can you say that? Now, when I have automech parts in hand. No, your timing is absurd, your wit, witless. Do tend to differ. Seems to me we're persevering, demonstrating a mixture of aplomb, grit, and tenacity even. Last I checked, our infrastructure is still plugging away, and our people are too. But it's not everyone, is it? I'm sure it's not. The majority of my subjects are steadfastly loyal, resolute, right as rain.
Matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it throughout.
Oh, I would love to argue that this is not the case, but I fear you are correct. This war, this devastation, it can't be denied they've taken their toll. Ultimately, I regard their well-being above all, but the joke is on you, really, and them, I suppose. Don't you see? We're all traitors. I no longer hold any authority over anyone. But if they still wish my blessing, it is theirs. My former subjects are free to live an empty life with Auntie's choice. I'll make an announcement. Order them to depart for Fairfield. But I will be staying. Should I? Haven't I failed them enough for one lifetime? No. I will stay here and loyally await the judgment I richly deserve.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant.
My former subjects jumped at the chance to abandon Westport. They don't need me.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem.
I suppose my duty to my people remains, whether here or in Fairfield. All right. I'll go. Unsure how I'll endure such an empty existence. Perhaps, if I offer my old subjects periodic advice, our sense of community may somehow, despite the wiles of commercialism, remain. All right, then. Suppose it's time to make my announcement.
Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species.
Hello! I'm here often.
Can't get that Andy's Choice jingle out of my head. Hey, if I start humming it, you do what you gotta. Anyway, need something, Commander?
Though don't fret, the system is resilient. The system.
Found it, huh? No. You know what? This one's on me. Shouldn't have left a line about.
Pride, keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now.
Or gave it away, apart from it being in my private quarters. Truth is, I was getting ready to toss that old thing. Guess I just wanted to listen to it one last time. See if I missed anything other than her waxing about the greater good.
Zeal for their assigned work. Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea.
I don't know. Some hint of who she really was? Some sign that she could turn into someone who betray her own team? Sounds stupid said out loud.
That you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient...
You know, I can't really remember what the others sounded like. Helen, Eric, Wade. I've tried recalling their voices, but there's just... nothing. Static. All these years. And the only recording I've managed to preserve is from the one person I'd rather forget.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social.
Kind of you to say, Commander. I hope it continues to be true.
Designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes
No,
on it.
burn it, launch it out the airlock, do whatever you want with it. It means nothing to me now anyway.
Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them.
stranger. Hope I don't get assigned to a grafting lab in Fairfield. Don't want to have to transplant a Raptidon head onto some poor so-and-so's body.
What do you think Fairfield will be like nowadays? Imperfect thoughts sure can be invasive.
You returned.
Don't suspect the Sovereign will be too fond about these orders to evacuate.
Or the Consul. Or everyone's neighbor Prudence.
Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But Prudence dictates we can
Vigilance says go to Fairfield, we go to Fairfield then.
for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
Be on my way in 2 shakes of a Raptidon's tail, promise. Just need a moment to say goodbye to this place, promise.
Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts.
Think they're gonna open us with welcome arms? I meant to say... Huh. Suppose I am a flight.
We are bound to inform
changes afoot.
that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and...
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, I must inform you that those outside our glorious society may not take freely from our stocks, as our subjects do. However, I may offer you a limited selection of premium items for moderate respective fees. Initiating.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social...
Vigilance says go to Fairfield, we go to Fairfield then.
The matriarch herself designed it, and the son...
Vigilance says go to Fairfield, we go to Fairfield then.
lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm...
Reckon I'll miss this place. Likewise.
wonder if our assignment here will never end? Like, our employment contracts just keep renewing.
Hello again. Hope you ain't here for yourself.
I must ask you to hold still.
Can't get over how much I'm paid for each patient. And yet things I once had provided freely command exorbitant prices. It all feels rather uncaring, like some strange impersonal game. And one's personal funds do deplete quite quickly. Kind of you to offer, but no. Though, if you find a line on any Protectorate foodstuffs, please let me know. I do miss our Arcadian tenderloin in particular.
In future, I'd appreciate you keeping your unsanitized hands to yourself. I'm gonna have to re-sterilize that chem set now, and I just cleaned it 2 weeks ago. No, that doesn't look right at all. Please do not try to administer whatever that is to anyone. My morgue is already near capacity.
You know, Doc, actually feeling a lot better.
What's that burning smell? Oh, good. I think the saw's all warmed up. I thought I smelled gunpowder and blood. Hello again. I'm still quite busy, so make this quick if you please. Here are my supplies.
Now, how am I going to pay off my bar tab?
Hey there, go-getter. I am well into that case of Purpleberry Crunch you bestowed to me. Did you know Auntie's Choice have other products that are just as bad for you as well? It is wonderful. I no longer feel the oppressive societal weight to eat healthily bearing down upon me. Why, I've gained 10 pounds already. Of course. Toodaloo.
You've lifted my spirits right out of their doldrums. Our new guests have just arrived. Here, a considerable reward for your considerable efforts. Had anyone asked, I would have bet a year's pay against your capturing the hearts and minds of the denizens of Westport, and it seems I would have been out a great deal of bits. I've two minds about the convertees. Anyone with eyes can see they need guidance, but a pernicious system is not easily abandoned. Have you any thoughts? Trust will take time to build, time and patience. But that is an investment I am ready to make. You've given me a great deal to think about. I am in your debt. I cannot overstate what a capital compatriot you've been, my friend. Now be off. I've many refugees to see to. It was indeed. And I suppose you still wish to get into the Vox Relay. Though I have no inkling of how one may enter it, I know someone who might. Speak with Vigilant Hogarth in the building beside the saloon. He was in charge around here before we arrived. I have no doubt he knows vital information to the Vox's functioning. Now, should you ever find yourself visiting the ACS Undisputed Claim, do come see me. I've no doubt that when we next meet, I'll have risen 6 ranks, at least. Farewell. Greetings again. You have my undivided attention. What's on your mind?
Never expected the Westport refugees would ever be liable to leave their derelicts. Can't help but hand it to Milver Street. Though I sense he had aid. Make it quick, yeah?
How about I do my job and you do whatever it is you do?
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? It has nothing to do with my current very temporary...
Why do you linger? Do you enjoy watching us so abased?
And antibiotics. Everything you need to get through your day.
Would have thought you had more important things to do than stick around here.
Whether it's an orifice or a face, Auntie's choice makes a cream for it.
Our target audience here is people who want to forget their worries. You're back. Great. Build repeat customers is number 6 on our 19-point business plan. A few, actually. Who in particular do you mean? Sure. He's in here sometimes. Keeps to himself mostly, back there in the corner. Has one drink, ducks out with a polite nod. You'd never know he used to be somebody. Who else you want to know about? Never met somebody so happy to be here. Get the sense he rubbed the other defectors the wrong way. But we all become quite fond of Charlton. Fella can recite every commercial. Anybody else? Ah, she comes in a lot, actually. Sings, dances, has a grand old time. Often shuts the place down. Larges it up like she don't got a care in the world. Anyone else you have in mind? Oh, yeah, Pinkney. offered to fix any and all mechanicals we had in the place, then proceeded immediately to do so. Wouldn't take nothing in return. Strangest thing. Anybody else? All right. Appreciate you dropping by.
Trying to stay on top in the cutthroat world of facility sanitation is not a young person's game. No, siree.
Why does even the slightest scintilla of success so elude me? Is it my destiny to fail? I do not see them in their unfavorable daughter.
What's all this talk I'm always hearing about middle and lower management?
Well, the middle managers assign all the hard work to the lower managers.
Just keep watching for paintings of a stylish yellow rose with a split black circle on the breast.
Who are fine with it as long as they get their bonuses signed off.
Hello again. Remember not to move too swiftly if Copernicus lunges. Oh, how he does like to test the reflexes of others. What can I do for you?
Nicely done. Good shot, Trainee Lindell. Very good.
Oh, peptic ulcers are walking today.
Nice job with the mines, but I've got other jobs that need doing.
This paradigm of yours, or sovereign, or whatever, does it really provide everything you...
Auntie's Choice is the proud maker of Spacer's Zero-G brew and antibiotics. Everything you need to get through your day.
This new corporate life is so confusing for us protectors.
Hey there, go-getter. Hey there, go-getter.
Practically a detective now. I wonder what other mysteries around here need solving.
these incessant jingles over the loudspeakers. Do they ever cease?
Nope. You probably hear them in your dreams.
Heard some trooper in second unit fell into one of the rifts.
Merciful law, what a horrible fate. You couldn't pay me enough to patrol near those things. I mean, you could, but it would have to be a lot.
All these rifts got everyone riled up, including me. What are we supposed to do if we encounter one?
Oh, you shoot it. Take that abomination out.
Wait, really?
No, you slackwit. The rifts are spatial anomaly things. At least that's what the lab coats say. Just steer clear if you want to keep all your parts in one piece.
With Auntie Cleo's patented mock apple cider.
I must ask you to hold still.
People think I got a jacket from the saloon because I'm 3 sheets to the wind.
Appreciate your help. These
I guess the real
weapons are
treasure
gonna
were the
save
guns we found along the way.
on our side, anyway.
I don't care where they post me, as long as it's as far from those horrifying rifts as possible.
Never been the type to sit behind a desk all day. What, when I could stand behind a bar?
Auntie's choice. Remember, Auntie knows best.
The others appear to be acclimatizing well to this purposeless existence. Well, hello. You appear burning with purpose. Is everything all right? Has something occurred? Judging by the waves of consternation wafting off of you, your other options must have failed. Yes, I know of a means in, but you must do something for me there. Even though I no longer am of the Protectorate, I do care for its subjects. I'll prepare a writ of conscription to allow you entry to the Vox Relay. While most would refuse my authorization, the sentry assigned to the gate once lived in Westport. Sentry second-class layman. Show the writ as proof I have conscripted you into my employ. Use it to press service on my behalf, and she will let you in. Once you're inside, there's someone else you should show it to. You do that and say what I tell you. It saved many lives. The Vox Relay is, to my mind, a time bomb. Brigadier Montelli's lost his way. Now all manner of chaos is raging there. I've heard tell he's even resorted to extra-legal executions. Madness, I tell you. A brigadier doesn't act as judge, jury, and executioner. That's an arbiter's job. And even then, they're enforcing existing Protectorate law. Marshal Corbin. As with all my subjects, I have been there when he needed me. I trust we can call on him now to do his part. Seek him out at the Vox Relay, conscript him with the writ, and this is important. You must convince him to kill Montelli. Corbin will want to talk him down, to take him into custody, to message superiors outside the facility beforehand. We cannot allow any of that to happen. You already know the man, and the two of you are in good standing, all the better. If Corbin becomes the highest-ranking officer alive, no one will be able to contradict his accounting of events. The Protectorate execute connivers and schemers. Corbin must appear forced to take down Montelli in the moment. It cannot feel like a plotted coup. Good, good. Here is the writ. Farewell now.
Fresh blood in the talent pool around here with these protectorate defectors. Not sure how I feel about that, except that I hate it.
This paradigm thing you people are always going on about, does it really improve your life?
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like?
Didn't see you there. You caught us taking 5 between our 10-hour shifts. You know, what is
Greetings again. You have my undivided attention. What's on your mind?